Hi guys, welcome back. So as you can see, the Lock Lab is in quite a mess, and the reason is, well, I've just literally plonked my tripod down and turned my camera on, and this is where we're at. And the reason I'm recording this is because I think this is quite an interesting moment in my sort of lock sports journey, because this is all my lever lock stuff. I decided to dig it out and have a little bit more, spend a little bit more time playing around with lever locks, because it's been a goal of mine to learn lever lock picking. Now, lever lock picking is a very specialised thing. You might think, well, I can pick pin tumbler locks, surely lever locks can't be any harder. Well, that's not true, because a lot of guys who pick lever locks can pick pin tumbler locks very well, but it generally doesn't really work the other way around. The thing with lever lock picking is that it's quite expensive if you buy all the tools, and it's a very specialised thing. Pretty much every lever lock is different. Every brand has got different things, and some require pre-lift, some don't. You get different gauge, keys, and it's a very specialised thing. So half the guys who pick lever locks, pretty much every time they get a new lever lock, they just make a new tool to pick it. And there's guys on the forum like Safecracker33 and Andy, who make lever lock picks and 2-in-1s and things, and I really envy them because they're very skilled. But anyway, I bought myself a set of these things, pick wires, and these are for non-curtained lever locks, which is a good place to start, I guess. And they've also got a few things for cupboard locks in there too, which is quite handy. Another thing that I have regarding lever locks, my tryout keys. I've shown a video of these, just for 2 lever I think these are, but I'm sure they work in 3 lever as well. And this is something I keep in my toolkit. These are lever lock keys. These are for your cupboard locks, and cupboard locks mostly work from the same keys, and that's why I have these. These pretty much open every trunk and cupboard in the house and cupboard lock that I have. It's just a pile of keys that I've gathered, really. These down here are for instrument cases. There's Cheney, you can't make it out, sorry, but there's Cheney, and there's all sorts of different brands of music cases. This is actually a warded lock skeleton key which I made. Give me a second and I'll grab the lock that goes to. Okay, well, I'm back, and I've got the 2 locks. These are Squire number, what are they? Number 24s, both of them. But one is the Squire G26 and the other is the G62. And the key only works in the G62, but not the G26, which is very strange. I'm not sure. I've tried my actual warded lock picks in these and it hasn't opened. Anyway, we're getting a little bit sidetracked there. What I've been working on today, this is a lock that I got to make a key for it. It's a rim lock, and as you can see, you can put the key in both ways up, like this or like this, and on both sides as well. It's only got 1 lever in it, which is terrible, and I can pick this with these. But I got this old key, which was in my collection, and as you can see, it looks very weird. I cut down this side for the warding, and it does work. It's a bit sticky. It doesn't quite throw the bolt in far enough. It throws it out far enough, but doesn't throw it in far enough. And it's more of an experiment to try my own skills. I'm definitely going to get another key blank, a proper key blank, not an old key, and do that properly. So if anybody has any tips on on this, then I'd very much appreciate hearing them. I bought this after a UK Lock Sports member suggested it. It's a Union RF key. You can buy the different numbers, so this is the R6F, and I bought that because it corresponds with the number 6 there, but it's not a Union lock and it doesn't work. So I could try modifying this too, but it's steel, it's a steel key, so you know, it's going to be harder to cut, and I don't want to waste my time on it. So that's a little project. Another thing I was working on today was this dude in the vise, a Chubb 5-lever deadlock, which Pete Restle sent me a while ago, and here's a key, nice bitting. It's a curtain mortise lock, and it does have anti-pick notches on it. What I made for this was I got an old key which I filed down the shaft and cut away some of the bitting, and so this should act as a tensioner. I'm not sure if I filed enough off this, but there seems to be a fairly decent gap in there. I can always take more off if I need to, and that will tension the lock, and so all I need is a pick wire. Now I've had to rummage through these and none of these look suitable, so I'm trying to think of things I could be using for pick wire. I do have a coat hanger, let me get it. Wire coat hanger like this. It's a little bit too thick, I think. Whoops. It's got bends all over it, so I'd have to cut quite a lot off it, which is a bit of a waste, but let me just show you. I think this would actually work, because it does fit in there, just about. It does fit in there alongside, but you need to bend these in a special way so that they clear the curtain. So that's a job for another day. Another thing I'm working on is this dude here, Secure 4-lever padlock. I don't think Secure is a brand, I think Secure is just something that they used to say back in the day. Sure enough, has 4 levers. It's all seems to be working nice and smooth, but I don't have the key for it. I've just been poking up, and I can feel there's definitely spring tension against the levers, and the bolt seems to be moving. I just need something to pick it, and I was thinking maybe making a, buying a key blank and filing it down, making the same sort of thing as this. But on second thoughts, to be honest, I might try impressioning this. I have never done impressioning before, and I'm considering it now. And so if anybody has any tips, especially the direction you're supposed to turn the key, I'm not sure. Some say turn it to the locked, but if the padlock's already locked, do you turn it to the unlocked? I'm not sure. And what to use? Do you black up the key using a lighter, or do you use pen? And I might even try that on this lock right here, rather than having to take it apart and look at what I'm doing, which is annoying. Something I almost forgot to show you was this. This is my basically collection of old keys that don't go into anything, so I could cut these down and make pick like tensioners. I was considering using this one on this lock, or I could file them down and make actual keys. See, we've got a Union one there. I'm not sure what that is, possibly a Union as well, I don't know. It's got that funny wording on it. This is a nice old one, but it looks like somebody's driven over it. An old tubular, forgotten what we call it, barrel type keys, and a couple of old, I think I've already shown you that one, Union. But anyway, a few keys to work with there. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that and give you a little update. If anybody has any advice on lever lock picking stuff, there's not a whole lot of advice out there. I think most of the guys just pick it up as they go along, and yeah, I don't really have fancy tools like lathes and things, so it might be difficult to make 2-in-1 picks, but again, any suggestions are greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching this video. Thought it would just be interesting to show you where I'm at with lever lock picking, and yeah, hopefully one day we'll be able to pick one of these locks that we see here instead of just puzzling over them, but one step at a time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.